Well, this May, Texas voters in 50 counties across the state will get to elect 3 members for their respective appraisal district boards. Joining me live to talk about this and how to run for a position is Texas Republican Senator Paul Bettencourt. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Amy.
Yeah, so this was part of, right, that whole bill that was passed that lowered so many people's property taxes, or the homestead exemption, all that jazz.
Well, it was really a huge tax cut. People are seeing it on their bills. And as they pay them, even if they escrow, the results have been astonishing for most taxpayers. But wait, there's more. There's a chance for individual citizens to run for their county appraisal boards. It's never happened in the 50 years that we've had a modern appraisal system. So that's part of what people will get to do for the first time, is actually run for their county appraisal district board.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, and I kind of said at the start of this show, every time, and at the end of the last one, every time we get close to, or when the appraisals start going out, evaluations, people are like, what? And they want to look up the board members' appraisals and say, why are theirs so low compared to mine? Like, what is going on? So this is that board. It's the board of directors for the appraisal district.
Right. Now, it's the board, it does the budget, and these 3 positions are very important because they're going to interview the appraisal review board members that the public sees when they go to protest their value. The important thing is that we're looking for people that like to interview folks in all the surrounding counties, I think, except maybe Chambers, because it's not large enough yet population-wise. They'll be able to run for one of 3 positions, and when they do, their primary task will be to interview people that the public sees, the people that everyone goes to when they protest their taxes. They're actually called the appraisal review board members, and effectively it's the board members' superpowers to actually interview and get people that will listen to taxpayers.
Got it. And so how much time do you think that one of these positions on the board would take the average person who, if elected?
Well, they get it to go to a board meeting a month, and there'll be elections in May that you've already discussed. In Harris County, it will be the same election as the replacement for Mayor Whitmire in the Senate. It's going to be on May the 4th. And then in other counties in Harris, there'll be other elections going on at the same time. They'll start their term on July the 1st, and it'll be good for 2.5 years. And then there'll be another election in 2026. The key thing is, these are nonpartisan. They're not partisan elections. It's like school board. Anybody can run. And I'm looking forward to a good group of people that will be ready to sign up and give all the taxpayers of the state good people to interview with when you go in and ask for your value to be lowered.
Yeah, good representation. So who is and is not eligible? Is there anything that would disqualify somebody from running?
Well, the people, you have to be 18 years old, and you really can't have any relationship with the appraisal district. You can't be a tax agent. You can't be up there looking for a compensation, and you have to be able to make sure you follow the ethics guidelines, because you really can't be talking about the value of property except in an open meeting with the chief appraiser. But you've got a lot of work to do, because the budget that goes on is a yearly discussion. These are big positions for that are unpaid, and they're nonpartisan. So we're really looking for the best people, Amy, that will listen to those that wish to apply to become an appraisal review board member and pick the best people possible. That was the whole purpose behind the bill. Representative Metcalf and I are the ones that negotiated this portion of it, and it's real appraisal reform, because this year, for the first time, there's a 20% cap on non-homesteaded property. So the decisions that these board members make about selecting the right people are what the public needs to see when they walk into an appraisal district. They'll have a board that will listen to them, and that's what the purpose of the bill is.
Yeah, absolutely. So the board of directors has always been there. How many people are on that board? And did this just expand it by 3?
Well, it expanded, but actually there's going to be a total of 9 now. That's
Okay.
for the Aggies out there. So that, as myself. And also, too, the county tax assessor will be a voting member of the board for the first time. And then the other 5 are positions that are appointed by the appraisal district. So we've got elected officials on the board. We have citizens on the board. We've got taxing unit representatives on the board. And that's really the big reform here, besides the fact that there are now caps on homes at 10% and on commercial property at 20. So we think this is a really good reform going forward for all taxpayers using appraisal boards all over the state.
Awesome. Okay, so we did say that if you run, then that election is coming up in May, but there's a much quicker deadline for filing your ballot if you want to run for one of these positions.
Right. You've got to file by February the 16th, which is about Friday, 2 weeks from this Friday. Mm-hmm. So that's the hard date. And you file with the county judge in each of your counties. In a county like Harris, it's about a $400 filing fee. In smaller counties, it's $200. But that filing is already open, but it does close on Friday the 16th. So we need some good folks to be filing for this in all the top 50 counties in the state.
Absolutely. All right. We will get that information on our website, too, at least in Harris County and the bigger counties where they can find that filing information. Thank you so much, Senator Bettencourt.
Now, I hope everybody's enjoyed that big whopping tax cut this year, because it's huge.
Yeah. Thank you. We've done stories on that, too. I think they are. Have a great day.